into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another Ground Floor After Show. I'm one of your hosts, Carli Garsow, and I'm here with Britta Garsow. If you haven't already done so, please go onto YouTube and subscribe to us at youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV, and also check us out on iTunes and SoundCloud. And if you want to talk to us during the show, you can tweet at me at Carli_Garsow and Britta _Garsow, and use the hashtag ABTV Ground Floor. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into the episode. Okay, so this episode was called The Mansfield Who Came to Dinner.
Yeah. See, okay, so I thought it was going to be like a play on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah, me too,
and I was like, I don't really know how they're going to do that because the storyline didn't really fit. But then we learn early on that the premise is that Mansfield never does anything social with any of his employees, which I think is a really smart decision.
Yeah.
I mean,
he crosses lines with Brody all the time.
Yeah, but that's the ultimate line to cross. And he is in such like a position of power that he really shouldn't be like social and friendly with his employees. I think it makes him seem less in charge. And so they were kind of making fun of him. Like, he always makes an excuse, oh, it's my wife's birthday. But in reality, like, they should be like, oh, well, I mean, we expect that from him. Like, he's our boss.
Yeah, but of course he made an exception for Jenny because she was so happy that he paid for school. And I was kind of surprised. I was confused, though, at the beginning how he started to say that it was his wife's birthday, but then was like, I'll be there. Like, I don't know what was going through his head.
Oh, I think they were making those comments. Or maybe it was really his wife's birthday. I think maybe the show wanted to play, like, it was kind of a joke. Like, oh, it's my wife's birthday, but she'll be celebrating with her sister, so I can be there.
True.
So I don't really know. I don't think it was, like, as important as the fact that he decided to come. But I was really glad that he came because it meant a lot to her.
I know. I want to first talk about the dish that Jenny made at the dinner.
Okay, I'm not a big meat eater. Just not even for the ethical things, like about animals, eating animals, whatever. But
or
just
health
because
reasons.
Health reasons, I just don't really like the taste of meat. And that literally made me want to puke. It was like meatloaf with layers of hot dogs.
It was like a full layer in between sheets of meatloaf.
It was so gross.
It looked literally disgusting. And she poured, what was it, like brandy
Bourbon.
over? Bourbon.
And it didn't look like she put it back in the oven. Like, I know some people cook with meat, like, in a pan.
No,
like a saucepan.
To me.
Or like a frying pan. Or what kind of pan? What's that called? I don't really cook. But whatever.
Pan. Yeah. But I thought that it didn't look cooked at all. Like, the whole thing looked raw.
It was so gross.
So we were just really disturbed by the meat dish.
Wait, why do they keep calling it?
I don't know. But that was not the biggest issue at this dinner because there was a lot of couple fights
tension
going on, which wasn't fun to watch. It
wasn't, but
made
we
for
have
a funny dinner party.
Yeah, and we've been talking about how it's nice this season, how, like, first season, Jenny and Brody were so brand new and they were so lovey-dovey all the time, and this season, like, we actually see them go through things that couples go through, and it makes them more real, and it makes it better to watch, I think, because you can relate to them. And so I really liked how they were fighting about Brody changing all the answers to her tests because you can clearly see both sides of the story.
Yeah.
Brody just wanted her to get a good grade on her first test so she wouldn't get discouraged in the future and, like, keep trying. But then Jenny obviously wanted to do her tasks since it's hers and earn her A.
Yeah.
And so I see both of their sides of the story, and obviously at the end they did too and they made up. But I think the most endearing thing was Mansfield, like, telling Jenny, I invested in you because I believe you can do this and I'm never wrong. And how he said it from like an outsider's point of view, I think it just registered with her a lot more than Brody telling her like, oh, you know, like, you can do this, you're so smart, like, I just want to like help you. But Mansfield didn't really say it in a way that probably made her like condescending. He was just basically like, I know you can do this and you're better than this and you just need to try harder next time and then you'll get a better grade that you deserve, better than a 70. And so it was a really touching moment. I feel like he's not very like paternal, like he's not very sincere or kind all the time. But his life lessons are really great.
I mean, yeah. How would you guys feel if your boyfriend changed answers on your test? Because I would be furious.
Oh, she was
mad, and rightfully so. And I also was thinking, like, Brody's had her moments where she hasn't been the best girlfriend, or not Jenny. But Brody, like, it's definitely usually the one that messes up. I feel like for them.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think, I don't know, it's so weird because I feel like Brody, like we've talked about before, is so much more emotional than Jenny. So I think that he does things because he feels so much more than Jenny. So Jenny kind of just lays back and like doesn't really make any decisions, do anything to upset Brody because she doesn't really care as much as him. Not about the relationship, but just in general. So I think that's why it always seems to be him, because he always does things because he cares so much about everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, sidetrack, Jenny was like, I put up Christmas lights to make the house look nicer. Thumbs up on this video if you still have Christmas lights up, because we kept our clear lights on our banister in our house.
Yeah.
Because it's so pretty, and Christmas lights make everything better.
They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
If you guys are a fan, please let us know.
Let us know if you still have twinkle lights.
And when Jenny
everywhere.
put them up and tried to have guests over and try to make her house look nice, I was like, oh, yep, relate. Part of that club.
I loved how Mansfield was such a trooper about it all. Like, he was so excited about the dinner, wanted to know what to wear. Was it dinner? Was it supper? And then he just said it was meal TBD.
Yeah, I know. And he said, I'm allergic to grackle.
Yeah, do you guys know what grackle is?
I wanted to ask if anyone knew. Like, I need to look this up. I think it might have been made out for the episode, but apparently it's a type of food.
He said pheasant or grackle, so I'm guessing it's another type of meat, maybe?
Like bird?
Maybe another bird. I don't know.
It was weird. It was really weird. Another part of this episode that we laughed so hard at is Three Pete's broadcast and his whole acting.
First let me say the Mansfield thing.
Oh, okay, go
So
on.
when he's like walking around her apartment with his open beer in the bottle, and he's like, oh, it's straight from the bottle. I feel like it was enjoyable for him to be in like this totally new situation, like aside from his elite lifestyle. And he goes, oh, I like this. It's like you live at a play.
Oh, yeah.
Because she lives in a studio apartment. So great.
It was such a great line. Like, it is a set, I'm assuming.
Well,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
And it looks like a play set because it's
Well, they
so
all
small.
do, but I mean, it's just funny how studio apartments do look like a play set because they're one room,
It's
like one
so
stage.
funny.
So it's really funny. But yeah, talk about 3P.
Yeah, so 3P, we saw him kind of act on his broadcast. I just thought it was so funny, but like, he didn't acknowledge the fact that he had to do hand gestures and dance moves while talking to get through it, but that's what he was doing. He said he got nervous and like felt like he was gonna throw up or whatever.
Dry heave.
Yeah, but he like had to dance, had to do so many hand gestures, and they were like, but I feel like he'd be a really good dancer because his hand gestures were beautiful and like spread arms.
It was almost like, at first when he was doing it, I thought that they were making him do sign language for like closed captioning purposes, because I mean, it was like a broadcast nationwide, so I'm like, oh, they're just making him do sign language, but then he kept doing it. I'm like, these are not real signs. My favorite part was when he goes 1.5%. 1.5. So funny.
I like when he had like the little hat, like he just kind of went like this. Was like,
yeah, because it was a little cap or something.
Little cap.
And
it was cute.
Yeah, and I was going to say that I think I really like how they're integrating more of the ground floor and the up floor. At first
my gosh, I wrote that on my paper.
Right? Like at first it was just Brody and Jenny.
I said there's more merging between the floors.
At first it was just Brody and Jenny, and now it's Harvard and Lindsay, and Derek's helping 3P. And it's just like everyone is helping everyone, and I love it.
Like Harvard, Lindsay, Mansfield, Jenny, and Brody were all at a dinner together. I feel like that would have never happened last season.
Yeah, exactly. So I liked that aspect of it at all.
I know, me too. I think the Derek and 3P made sense too, because like 3P only is at work and he only talks to Brody, really. So like to have another friend at work makes sense.
Yeah, and I just think Derek, we see more and more of him, and he's kind of always like the sidekick. He's Harvard's best friend. He talks to Jenny, helps her once in a while, and like in this episode, I felt like he played a big role in helping 3P, and so I like to see him more as like someone that 3P can go to for advice, aside from Brody, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think 3P's becoming my favorite character.
He's so funny.
Everything he does this season is really funny.
I know, it's like funny to me that in real life, like, him and Briga Heelan are engaged.
I know.
Because they're like not romantic at all in the show.
Yeah.
And they don't even really come in contact with each other that often.
I mean, I'd like to see more storylines with them together, though, because of that.
Yeah, but I think they probably avoid it for a reason. Like, maybe they have too much chemistry and they would, like, throw it off.
People would be suspicious.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I think the last topic really in this episode, we were trying to think, and Jenny's school kind of goes with the dinner, but we were so excited at the beginning to see Jenny, like, in school, taking her econ test. I mean, we knew it was going to happen because Mansfield paid for it, but I think that this is a really great storyline, and I'm excited to see how I feel like she's going to be more stressed, though, overall.
Definitely,
It
it's going to cause more arguments. But that's normal, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's great that they're doing these types of episodes.
Normal. I wonder if they're going to, like, pretend like she's going to school so fast, or, like, not talk about her school for episode.
See, I was going to say this whole thing is going to probably continue the show a lot longer because, I don't know, I guess depending on how long the season is, her graduation could be, like, the end of second season. But, I mean, it could very well go into, like, third season. So I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, see, but she said she had never been to college at all. So this should not be done at the end of the season.
Oh, that's true. So
yeah.
at least 4 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right.
I know.
Guess, yeah.
I think it's funny, but I really liked watching her be in school because I think Jenny has a lot of potential, too. She's honestly one of my favorite characters on TV. Like, I watch a lot of TV.
She's just very real.
She's really real, like, looking and real acting. Like, I'm just very...
relatable.
Like yeah, very relatable. And so, yeah, Jenny's school, I think it's going to be a great storyline. And again, we love this episode. If you guys liked it, let us know.
Yeah,
because we
do.
loved it. Do you want to talk about predictions?
Why not?
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Okay. Well, when I saw that, because I follow the Ground Floor on Instagram. If you don't, please do, because they have coolest,
really great
little
pictures.
marketing videos. I love them.
I think it's TBS, though, because TBS does it for a lot of their shows.
Yeah, they do. But beside the point, and I heard about, like, Mansfield dinner, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're finally going to, like, go out somewhere. Because we never see them out anywhere. But they were just at Jenny's apartment, so I was kind of disappointed. So once again, I'd really like to see them going somewhere. I'd also like to see Jenny's school. And I think we're coming close to, like, Brody moving out or them moving into a bigger place together. I can kind of see that from, like, this past episode where he was, like, not embarrassed of Jenny's apartment, well, their apartment, because they live together, but, like, you could tell he wasn't comfortable, like, bringing his boss over.
I don't know. I don't think that was the case. I think that he wanted everything to go perfect, but I don't think he thought that, well, I guess he made those reservations, so maybe he was a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
But it turned out good.
Yeah, but do you think that they're going to move out soon?
I don't know. I feel like if they were going to, they would have by now, you know? Because it's been a few episodes since Brody got his job back. I'm going to make, like, a huge prediction for all the way to, like, the end of season 2. I think on the season 2 finale, we're going to either see Harvard and Lindsay get engaged or Brody and Jenny.
I mean, yeah, I think they'd be adorable to get engaged if they were to get engaged.
I feel like someone needs to get engaged, so it's got to be one of the couples, obviously.
Do we even know how long they've been together? They haven't really, like, said.
No, because remember, they moved really fast. Like, they said, I love you really fast. They went to Paris together really fast.
So I'm going to take a step back and say that we're going to see them, like, celebrate their 1-year anniversary in a big way. Maybe with a proposal. Maybe.
I feel
Who
like
knows?
they're pretty set in their lives, besides Jenny, I guess, because her college.
I feel like Brody would do a really good job at a proposal.
Because he's so emotional.
Another side note, if you don't follow Skylar Aston on Instagram, you should. And he's been posting, like, in the snow apocalypse or whatever in New York. And his pictures are really cool. And so if you want to see some great dog pictures in the snow,
that's your do-hit.
Follow the link here.
But, more, like, closer predictions, I guess I would just say Jenny, like you said, struggling more with school, probably causing some more tension between her and Brody. But I do think she's just going to keep improving. And I also think she's going to make friends at school, and we're going to be introduced to some new characters.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. We will see.
Yep.
I think that's all we have for predictions.
Thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll be here every week.
Yeah, thank you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Britta_Garsow.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carli_Garsow. Thanks. We'll be back here.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.